Hi, it's Sherry and welcome to the Eyes Have It. Today I'm going to be showing you how to depot your eyeshadows and other things so that you can put them into a ZPalette. Now I'm no expert at this, I'm just learning how myself, but I thought I would share the results of my experiments. Okay, so a lot of what you're going to do is going to depend on the brand of the eyeshadow. Some of these shadows are like Fort Knox, and some of them are a little easier to get into. The best thing to do, if you can, is when you buy the eyeshadows, buy them just in the pan format rather than in the little compact format. But if you've already got them in the compact format and you want to get them into a ZPalette like this, you're going to have to do some dirty work. Now, there is the oven method, which is a little scary to me considering we're talking about plastics here. The flat iron method, which I don't own a flat iron, so I can't show that one to you. And the candle method. So, I'm going to show you the results of my first experiment with the candle method. This was a Sephora, the bottom of a Sephora pan, which you can see is well charred. I did end up getting the pan out of it, but in the process it broke. Now I'm told that I can reconstitute it with alcohol, so I'm also going to give that a try later. Alright, so the next one I'm going to try is a MAC. Now MAC is a little simpler because, at least the newer MACs that I have, here you have a pretty deep pot, but there's a piece in here that's just the pan plus a little plastic rim. So to get that out, you just need to use something, a knife, a palette knife, little, any kind of a thing like that. Okay, so there's a front hole where it closes, and then there's a back hole right in front of the hinge. So what you want to do is go into the back hole and pop out the top part of the eyeshadow. So I'm going to close in on what I'm doing so that you can see more what I'm doing than seeing my face. So here's the pot. And this is MAC's coppering. So we're going to go in right here. Just going to use a little ancient nail tool that I've had for many years, and I'm going to go in this back joint here. I'm just going to go in there, and I'm going to pop out. So now we have an empty pan, no longer has any eyeshadow in it. And by the way, I'm told that if you live near a MAC store, if you return these empty MAC containers, you can actually get free products for them if you return enough of them. And so now what's left is this little piece of black pan around the actual eyeshadow. So now is where we pull in our candle. Now here again we're dealing with heat and plastic, so this isn't the healthiest thing in the world to do. I'm taking my shadow with tweezers, so I'm going to be going over the flame, and I'm going to just wave the pot over the flame. And what we're looking for is for a little bubbling of the plastic under there. Now this is going to put off fumes. I wouldn't sit and do this all day or anything. And if you can do it in a well ventilated area, all the better. Okay, we're starting to get some dimpling in the back of the pan there. Okay, now that dimple is even deeper now. What we're looking for is just for the pan to be revealed, even just a little bit, for the silver pan to be revealed under there. A little bit more to go, and it is most definitely putting off fumes. Like I said, not the healthiest thing to do, but if you really want your eyeshadows out, this is one way to do it. You don't want to go so far that it starts on fire. Okay, I'm going to set my candle off to the side. So now I've got my piece of black plastic. It's very hot, and you'll see right in the center that you can see through the pan, just right there in the center. So in that spot, I'm going to take something pointy. I'm going to use this, another ancient nail product. I'm going to push through that hole. Now, my shadow is starting to come up right there. So I'm just going to pop that out. So now I've got a plain black burned frame. I'll put that over here in my pile of ruined things. Now I've got glue on the back of that. So I'm going to put it face down. Now, the next step then is to take the label containing the name of the eyeshadow, melt it off, and put it on the back of the pan. So, I'm going to hold it by the lid. I don't want to burn the label. I just want to melt the glue a little bit. So, I'm just going to try to get it near without burning. The edges of the label will start loosening a little bit. You can go in with your tweezers. You can take that label off there and you can put it right on the back of your pan, which is now gluey. And then you will have, you won't have to wonder about what color was that. It's starting to come up. Okay, so there's my label starting to come up. Now I'm going to put it right onto the back of here. Ta-da! Max Coppering with its label. A little worse for the wear. Not perfect, but not awful. So now I can take that. Here's my little Z palette. I can take this now. Uh-oh. Oh. I thought these were, I thought the Macs were magnetized. They're not, which means I got to get that label back off of there. Well, phooey. It was a good thought. So now, because that Mac pan isn't metal, isn't holding on to the ZPalette anyway, I'm going to have to go into my ZPalette package and grab out one of these little discs. It's got sticky on one side and just metal on the other. I'm going to peel this sticky off. Peel the paper off of the sticky side. I'm going to put the non-sticky side down to the side of the back of the eyeshadow because that already has glue on it. Then I'm going to stick the sticker onto that. Here again, a little worse for wear, but not awful. So there we are, Max Coppering. And now, let's see if it sticks in our ZPalette. Yay! Success! Now, I forgot to say in the beginning, in a rare case, there will be sometimes a little notch in the case, right next to the pan. In that case, all you need is a little tool of some sort. You just go into that notch, pop it out. Now, I was out of all of my collection, I was only able to do that with specific Sephora shadows. Not all Sephora shadows, but specific Sephora shadows. They popped right out and went into a palette. But none of the other eyeshadows I have had that. But I will show you that the newest Urban Decay ones that I got, these are the multi-stage pots too, where you got to pop out this ring first. It was even easier than MAC. So there we go. And there is the name. So I'm hoping that I will be able to go through the same process with the Urban Decay that I went with the MAC, which is to get the color off, get the label off, and then put it aside, and then melt the case till down to the middle till I can see the pan, then push with the tool through to push the pan out to the front, and then affix the label back to the pan directly and into the ZPalette, depending on whether it needs an extra sticker on it like this one did. Okay, so that's my video for today. Sorry it's so late. I had a little bit of an emergency over the weekend with my dog. She is recovering well, but it was a very stressful weekend for us. And so I hope you're all doing well, and I'll see you next time.